What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jets Therapy. We have another session for you guys. We are going to be breaking down the upcoming Dolphins game, Jets Dolphins on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Some exciting stuff happening. Coming off a win, maybe we can get the first two in a row
back to
win
back
since Saleh's been head coach. So we'll have to see what happens. Let's break it down. All right, man. What do you think about the current state of the Jets, dude? I mean, they've been looking good, 2-2. Like we said in our last video, if you would have told me the Jets were going to be 2-2 by 4 games into the year, I would have paid $1,000 for that, probably $20,000 if I would have lost my house. So I'm very excited about where they are right now. But I mean, overall, we're in a good place, and we've been seeing some exciting football.
2-2 to start the year. That hasn't happened in years. You know what I mean? So, very excited. Obviously some nail biter games. Some, both were comebacks. One was a historic, right? We'll call it a historic comeback against the Browns, and then just a well fought game against the Steelers. So, dude, come into this game, first divisional game against the FINS. It's very exciting. Dolphins, I think, are over, playing over what they should, what people thought they would, and we're playing over what we thought they would, what people thought we would too. So I'm pretty excited for this game. It's a good divisional matchup. I think on paper the Dolphins should win, but paper doesn't play football. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a good one. They've got some people who are questionable. I know offensive tackle Armstead was on the injury report. Waddle was on the injury report. Hill showed up on the injury report. But honestly, I think a bunch of that is just kind of gamesmanship stuff. You know what I mean? I heard, I saw McDaniels come out today saying that, with veterans and things like that, you would expect them to play even if they were on the injury report. So,
right.
I don't know, big game, a lot of storylines, obviously FINS Dolphins, and then McDaniel Saleh. You know what I mean? They're I don't want to say best friends. I don't know the relationship, but they coach together. They're friends. They go back a while. So, should be a good game. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, what I love about the Jets right now is just that they're exciting. You actually have something to look forward to. There were so many games last year where I just didn't care, or you just had so much pessimism going into every single game. And it was just like why? It's just, you essentially you just didn't have too much to root for, especially at the end of the year when Corey Davis was hurt and Elijah Moore was hurt, and
the season's over. The season's over after 12 games.
It was over. Yeah. And the fact that we're still talking about meaningful football going into October is exciting. I mean, the thing about this game, dude, if you win this game, and I think it's going to be tough. Tua's going to be out. Yeah, it's no gimme. Tua's going to be out. I honestly think Mike McDaniels is a stud. I think that they have one of the better teams in football.
They got one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best. I think Waddle and Hill are going to be one of the best receiving duos come the end of the year. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? As far as production wise,
you said, looked like they were a little banged up, throughout the week. So are we going to see them 100%? Who knows? And you have a backup. It looks like, what was it, Xavier Howard or something like that?
Xavier Howard, yeah. So he's the big question mark. I don't think he's playing. But
he was out.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So this is one of those games, and dude, I have no problem with the other team having injuries and then getting a W on them while they have injuries, because that's just a part of the NFL now.
That's right. I mean, we were the previous 2 years we had the most cap space or the most money on IR. So I don't want to hear about injuries.
Capitalize on that.
Yeah.
You have to capitalize. If other teams have injuries, Tua is going to be out. Maybe one of those guys is not going 100%. You have to capitalize on that. You have to take advantage. And you can't play one quarter of football or, a quarter and a half of football, kind of like we did last week. Because honestly, I don't think the Browns are a sound team, but they're not a playoff team in my mind. And then, the Steelers, I think that they're one of the worst football teams, teams in the NFL. I think they have 6 or 7 wins by the end of the year. If you look at their schedule, it's really, really tough. So those are good wins, but those are wins that you need to have
exactly
in order to get to where you are. Yes, you might not beat the Bengals. Yes, you might not beat the Ravens, but a divisional game at home, the place is hopefully going to be hopping.
Gotta be.
This is one of those games. If you go to 3-2, this is a huge statement game. Everybody keeps saying that this is a must-win game. I don't believe that. I just don't. I think that you can go to 2-3 and you can still progress. You can still, have a lot of success this year after this game. I don't think this is a must-win game, but this is just a statement game because we are an exciting football team. Elijah Moore is starting to show out a little bit. Garrett Wilson's a stud. Corey Davis had an amazing fourth quarter last game. You have Braxton Berrios, who hasn't even really gotten involved yet.
Yeah.
And he is going to be great. Conklin's doing well.
Itching for some special teams magic from Berrios, man.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, that's where he's really going to shine. Our backfield's looking great. Breece Hall got rookie of the month or rookie of the week.
Rookie of the week. Jets Twitter, baby.
Yeah,
shout out Jets Twitter.
All over that. I mean, the secondary. I mean, if you could have Jordan Whitehead and Marcus Joyner, Demarcus Joyner. Lamarcus Joyner. Yeah, Lamarcus Joyner. If they can show up week after week, that's a dangerous defense. Because you're going to be locked down.
Backfield can all come together. Reed, Sauce, Whitehead, and Joyner, man. Yeah, it's a scary combo. If Mosley actually shows up this week, then
exactly,
you know what I mean. So
that's really the question mark is Mosley. Is Mosley going to be able to play up to his potential and up to the guy that we're paying him for?
Exactly.
And if anything, dude, he's just a leader at all times on the field. So if at the very least you have a leader, and that's extremely important. You have a guy that other guys are going to look up to. So this is maybe the most excited I've been looking, coming into a game. I feel like that's how it is every week, but this is huge.
It's early to call it a season definer, but it's one of those games that will affect the season either way. We win this game, we're going up against then the Packers, the Broncos, and the Pats. So two of those teams, honestly, all three of them look winnable. If we can beat the Dolphins, then we're 3-2. We're looking at, okay, maybe we're a lot better than we thought we were. Those three games look very winnable. The Packers are probably going to be the hardest. Maybe the Pats out of that. The Broncos, Russell Wilson, what, Dan?
Stinks.
Exactly. So the Broncos don't look that scary at all. So again, we win against the Dolphins. We go on a little roll, hopefully. You know what I mean? We lose against the Dolphins, though. Maybe it's like another one where it's like, okay, kind of kicks him in the butt, and then we get, maybe we get one or two out of that 3-game stretch after that. So, I mean, I see us going through this next 4-game streak. We got some chances to win some football games. Now, again, we got to get through Miami, and like you said, they're not slouches. Players showing up on the injury report shouldn't mean anything. And again, I think if any team knows that shouldn't matter, it's us. So, like you said, I think it's going to be a good game. So.
It should be. And honestly, if you want to win this game, you can't play like you played versus the Steelers and the Browns.
No, we got to come out. You're
not going to have some crazy comeback in the fourth quarter where, you score 17 points or 14 points and, the other team essentially falls apart. Yeah. I think that the Dolphins are too sound. They have too good at coaching to just fall apart at the end. So you need to be in this game all 4 quarters. Hopefully it's one of those games where it's just back and forth. I can honestly see it being like that, especially with where our offense is now. Yeah. And what's awesome about where we are, these dudes are starting to say, wait a second, maybe we can win. Maybe we actually can win games. Maybe we're good enough to actually compete in this league. Yeah. Guys like Garrett Wilson, guys like Breece Hall.
Dude, this rookie class can't be understated of what, like, the culture they brought in, the mindset they brought in, and then there's like their skill level, and
with the second-year players, due to kind of showing them the ropes a little bit. Jermaine Johnson's getting his hand in there. Yeah. Michael Carter. The only thing I worry about Michael Carter is kind of just becoming an afterthought a little bit, maybe just like a pass catching guy, But I think what they're going to do is just ride with the hot hand.
And that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, Breece Hall with the hot hand this game, and that was that. Yeah. So. It's exciting. I'm just so happy coming from where we are that I'm just excited about.
There's so much to be excited about.
It's amazing to be excited about football. It's great.
Let's see how do I put it? It's the last few seasons have been like false excitement, right? Like that fan, like optimism kind of rolled into it a little bit. So it's like you kind of pump yourself up, but like now I think we're actually seeing like the results on the field gets us even more excited. So, all right. What do you think about your keys to the victory for this one? I mean, I think so. You go first. I want to hear what you got to say. Let's go.
All right. I mean, I don't think it's rocket science. It's Zach Wilson needs to have some time back there.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a stat the other day that Elijah Moore is essentially been playing as a number one receiver on our team. He's running the deepest routes. And the crazy thing about it is he is open like over 50% of the time minimum. He is one of the most open receivers on our team. But the problem is Zach Wilson or Joe Flacco, whoever it is, just hasn't had the time to get him the ball.
Not getting to him, yeah.
And I don't know if Dwayne Brown is going to come back. I don't know if he's playing. Hopefully he is. I know Saleh today says he's going to be a game time decision. But
Dwayne himself said he's good to go. Like he's good to play. So again, yeah, we'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then it's just going to be essentially up to how he feels like literally on the day. And I never understood game time decision. You're either good to go, or you're not, but whatever.
It's called gamesmanship. Trying to trick the other team.
Thank you. And I appreciate it. And Saleh always gives up exactly what's going on. So how about a little bit of that? But I mean, protect Zach, because we know Miami's going to want to blitz him. They're going to want to make him uncomfortable, especially early. I see Miami trying to get off Zach really early. So, dude, let his check down be there. Okay. Yeah. Elijah Moore's going to run his route, put Garrett Wilson in the slot, let that dude be open 5-6 yards across the middle on a slant, roll Conklin out to the right, and just get them the ball. Get them the ball. You don't need to throw the ball 40 yards every single time. Have those short passes be open, especially if they're going to blitz.
Get that yak.
Yeah. And I think that I honestly think that we have a good team. We have a sound team. If you protect Zach, you're going to be okay. So protect Zach on the offensive side of the ball, protect Zach at all costs. On the defensive side of the ball, I think that Miami knows I think that McDaniels knows Saleh well enough to know that he's going to play prevent the explosive play at all costs. Yeah. So it's just going to be, do our linebackers have the ability, because we play cover first down, second down. And when it's third down, mostly we play man and we're a lot more aggressive. Yeah. So if on first and second down, do our linebackers have the ability to break up some of these short passes? Do they have the ability to stop a pass on a 3-yard gain, a 4-yard gain? So it's going to be protect Zach, and the linebackers need to come up big.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think protect Zach is going to be key. I think the offensive line, obviously Zach's mobility last week helped him out a whole lot. I think he evaded something like 8 sacks or something like that. So,
or what Flacco would have died.
Sacks, huh?
Literally. Flacco would have died.
Literally. Yeah. Oh yeah. Flacco wouldn't be alive anymore. Yeah. But we got Zach back. So yeah, protect Zach, but also like Zach's got to come out with no rust. I think the first 3 quarters of that Steelers game, and again, maybe that was game plan designed. I don't know, but he felt just, again, first game back. So I'm not holding it against him or anything like that, but this is a big game. He's got to come out firing on all cylinders right away. I think if he gets started early, we got a very good chance. And then, like you said, linebackers, but I want to see Sauce versus Hill, man. I'm very excited to see if Tyreek Hill gets lost in the Sauce, baby. Huh?
Do you think Saleh would let him go man to man? He's going to play a lot of coverage.
I'm not a coach, but I think Sauce is one of the best cornerbacks in the league right now. I'd probably say right now he's top 5, right? You got to look at his stats and say he's top 5, but I would probably put him on man on Hill. I don't know. We'll see, but DJ Reed ain't no slouch either. DJ Reed isn't a slouch either. So
no, of course. But they
got Waddle to handle as well.
Yeah, exactly. So Waddle and Hill, and you have DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
And if Saleh can get to a point where he has that much confidence in Sauce Gardner, where he can essentially say, that's your man, dude, that just opens up the whole defense.
Those are the Revis days, baby. You know what I mean?
Rex Ryan was just literally saying, Revis, you got Megatron, you got Ocho Cinco, you got Terrell Owens, whoever it was, they were just on him the whole time.
If you're able to take the opposing team's number 1 weapon out of the game, essentially, you've already got a leg up. And I think Sauce, I don't know if he's there yet, but I do see him getting to that point at some point.
He's
very close now.
He is flashing freak talent.
Yeah.
I mean, like some of that talent where it's like, this is just different than any other guy. I mean, it's almost like an Antonio Cromartie on steroids.
Yeah.
Like just faster.
Cromartie had that size. Exactly. Cromartie had the size.
Faster, more of a ball hawk. We'll talk a little bit more in your ear. Yeah, he's almost like if you were, and I don't want to talk too soon, but if you were to kind of pick and choose the best attributes of all of the different quarterbacks in the league, he's becoming that. He has the size, but he's thin, so he's quick. You know, he
There's a
gets in
reason
your
we
face.
picked him where we did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. All right, man. Hit me with your prediction. What do you think? You know, as far as outcome, do you think we get the W? Do you think it's gonna be a tough game? Where are you at?
I think we get I'm still sticking to my guns of sweeping the Fins this year, baby. I said it early and I'm going to say it again. I think this is going to be a high scoring game though. I don't know. I probably think 27-24 Jets squeak it out. I really do. That's a high scoring game to me. You know what I mean? So 27-24. Not up in the 30s or 40s or anything like that, but
no, man. I mean,
I think we squeak it out.
That's right on par with kind of where I am. Especially, it's really just all about whether or not, because the two question marks are: does the Jets offense piece it together for 4 quarters where they're able to score 27 points, and is the Dolphins offense, do they have the ability to still be effective with Teddy Bridgewater? So I say
Teddy,
that,
baby.
Yeah, and Teddy's got a good deep ball. I mean, he might not be the most accurate passer in the world, but he can use his legs. He's got a good deep ball. So I think that I'm right on with you. I was going to say like 28-24, something along those lines. Jets get the victory. So I'm going to say the same thing, man. Jets win by 3, Jets win by 4, somewhere in the mid to upper 20s. And I mean, that's being optimistic, but you got to stick with it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm excited, Dan.
It's a good time to be a Jet fan, man.
It is a great time.
Let's enjoy this weekend. Are you working? For everyone's watching, Gordon works for the school system, and so do I. Do you have school on Monday?
I do have school on Monday.
Oh, dude, we're off.
Are you off?
Isn't it Indigenous Peoples Day?
I would, yeah, sure, but we're not off for that. Lucky,
dude. It's terrible. Come on, Lucky Bird. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Jets Therapy. We're going to be breaking down the game. Gordon and I are going to pop on and upload the game or upload our video on Monday. Yeah. And until then, JETS, everybody.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
See you later.